Hey everybody, weekly update here on the channel regarding drama, games, and whatever the sorts. I've recently been playing Fragpunk, pretty good, not bad at all. But the new Battlefield 6, it is phenomenal. It is really good, it's really creative. I've only played the open beta as of like the day of recording or the day of this video has been out. Really good overall. Cannot wait for the entire game to come out. But on to weekly updates regarding Twitch. Recently, you gotta love him. You really have to love this sad, pathetic human being. Mike from PA is recently unbanned after saying something super not discriminatory, not at all bad. Here, take a look at this. It's very impressive.
Jew is not a fucking ethnic. It is a Jewish is not an ethnicity. This constructed ethnicity, this demonic ethnicity, wholly invented.
But on that side note, Jeff NIRPPARD, yes, the Jeff NIRPPARD, the fitness influencer, content creator, has recently been under fire. If you don't know already, he recently made a video regarding how to look like you're on steroids. That was faced with some heavy backlash because the two people he was promoting, Hussein Farhad, I believe, and Julian Fitzgerald, as seen on screen right here. Not to mention, they've also been into some backlash regarding their transformation. Because I kid you not, you see this guy right here? This man went through a 1.5-year progression with nothing but a broom and a ladder and some free weights in his garage. I kid you not. There's just comment from ANABOLIC. Highly recommend, I'll put his links in the description below about the 2 videos he made about these 2 people, or 3, I believe. He said, "Hey Jeff, just a quick note about the Hussein part. He actually made pretty much all of his gains in the first 18 months of training, as I've shown in some of my videos. He looks exactly the same in pictures he posted over a 1.5 years ago as he does now. Moreover, he's been recycling pictures that he took over a year ago in his Instagram feed to this day, showing that he himself is aware that he looks exact same as he did over a year ago." And he goes on to say, "As far as I'm aware, natty lifters don't plateau in their 1.5 to 2 years of training. That's the main contention. As you said, Hussein's mass and leanness should be achievable naturally for someone with great genetics. However, this would have happened over the course of nearly a decade and not in a 1.5 years. The first 8 months of which spent training in his garage with a broomstick and ladder, as I said, for pull-ups and limited dumbbells." I highly recommend you check out Anabolic Stick. He does go into coverage about these 2 specifically. I just want to point out Hussein specifically because he's the one with the most contention. And not to mention, this just ruins Jeff NIRPPARD's reputation, and not to mention his credibility, because the whole premise of the video was to say, can you look, like you're on steroids with these people who clearly look like they've been on steroids? Question is, yes, you can look like you're on steroids. You can. It just requires a lot of hard work, discipline, and most of all, just being very disciplined. That's pretty much it. Now, am I hating? No, I'm not. I'm just calling a spade at this point. But he could have just led, hey, if you do use, supplements, if you do use products, as this comment says right here, I personally don't care if someone is natural or not. All I care about is if they're honest. And that's the whole point of this. And that's the whole point of people calling him out. Just saying, just be honest about him doing the research, him making the video. Just say, hey, these people are not natural. These people are natural. But the reason they say they're natural are the people that come up and say, oh yeah, I'm 100% natty, and their fucking biceps are like the size of like 2 baby heads in a bowling ball, is because they want to sell their supplements, they want to sell their products, which is fine. But come out and say it, because you have a lot of, young people, you have a lot of people who are like kind of self insecure about it. But enough of that. We're going to go into a next controversy regarding Whistling Diesel. Now, this is recent. COFFEEZILLA made a video about him regarding finances. For those of you who don't know who Whistling Diesel is, he's a content creator regarding like making vehicles and just torture testing the living hell out of them. But no, his recent video, turning 10K into 1 million to prove people are lazy, episode 1. Now you're wondering, is this the right video you're on? Of course it is. He just changed the title. That was the original video. Now it is called Whistling Diesel Tries Day Trading and Nobody Likes It. To make a long story short about the video, he hires a finance guru or, a broker to talk to him about, oh, this is how you, make money, how you transfer money, how you make good investments over time or make quick day trades, which is not a good strategy because you can go broke super quickly. And he marketed it to his audience. And Not to mention, the dude's super shady here.
When Forex day trading is a terrible idea, and the guy has a super sketchy history of sending people, including minors, to offshore brokerages that'll probably take all their money. He also owned Rocket 21, a prop firm where they made more money the more the traders lost. But instead of just accepting that, this whole video is like, hey, I'm not a scammer. COFFEEZILLA's implying that I'm a scammer, although he admits that I never call him that.
But yeah, COFFEEZILLA goes into the video discussing, it's just exposing him and just the blatant hypocrisy. Not to mention, Whistling Diesel pretends to be a dumbass a lot of the time, saying, I don't even know what a broker is. I don't know how to, manage money. Here are clips right now.
Where anytime he does get to something where he knows it looks bad or he knows he can't really address it, he just does the card of, I don't really understand what I'm doing. I'm a noob.
At which that point, just shut the fuck up, man. Just take the L. Just say, yeah, it was my bad. It was my fault. And you're targeting COFFEEZILLA for just exposing your dumbassery, pretty much. Not to mention the fact that he refuses to even watch the part where COFFEEZILLA calls him out and gives him the evidence for it. Here.
Cody strategically avoids the last third of the video. He just cuts it off right before I start explaining the background and history of Alex, Rocket 21, the various sketchy things he was doing before he got brought onto Whistling Diesel's platform. Exact moment he would have started watching it, and here's what he says.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up really soon because I know I'm beating a dead horse with him not fact checking his video.
Oh, isn't that convenient?
But he's just a liar. He pretends to be dumb, but he knows what he's doing. He's just putting on a facade. He literally says it's a character that he puts on.
Right when you're about to get to the part of my video you don't like, that's a little inconvenient for you, you go, oh, well, we sure proved it, guys. We don't want to beat a dead horse. I sure showed him.
We're going to wrap it up really soon because I know I'm beating a dead horse.
Literally, did you think you were going to get away with this?
Clearly he does, because he thinks his audience is stupid and won't look at the full context of the information given to by COFFEEZILLA. But other than that, yeah, that's how you ruin your reputation, by promoting a scam and not being honest with your audience. Yeah, other than that, if you like what you see here, like, comment, subscribe. I stream on Kick, YouTube now, and sometimes on Twitch. Until then, have a great day. Cheers.